I first got into theater because it was this guy in my high school, at Bishop Kenny High School, who was this fancy Shakespearean guy, and I can't remember his name to save my life, but he did this workshop in ninth grade, and I was in this writing class, and he came in and did this total Dead Poet Society Seize the Day. It was 1990, so he did this total Dead Poet Society Seize the Day situation, and he whispered some Shakespeare quote into my ear, and I was like, oh, this theater thing sounds so exciting. It happened to be the tryouts for the Shakespeare play the next week. So that was Taming of the Shrew, and I went and auditioned, and it was the first play I'd ever done. First non-school play that I had, like kids play that I'd ever done. And I got to play Lucentio, or Lucentio, however you want to say, and changed my whole life right then and there. One little theatrical moment of a guy whispering a little Shakespeare is what sort of changed me from like a little kid that sort of loved the arts and had a family who was in the arts to wanting to dedicate myself to it, and I have every day for the last 26 years since that day. I actually am from a long line of, my family's from a long line of teachers, and I worked in the business for a long time, and I sort of started to dip my toe into teaching professionals how to audition and how to work on camera, because acting is the only art form that uses our entire mind, body, and spirit. And it has to be shown in front of people, and they're judging your mind, body, and spirit as you're in front of them, and it's the only art form that does that. And to see people be able to connect their mind, their body, and their spirit together, understand it, a new generation actually understand that, is so, it gives me such an exciting thrill that it took me away from being a professional to wanting to become a teacher. Live stage acting is, in a very short way, is theatrical, right? We have to reach the very back row. We have to push our voice and our emotion through the back row of the audience. It may be a tiny little space of 30 people, and it may be a big, huge space of 3,000 people. And we have to, I don't like to use the word emote, but we have to be able to launch the ideas and the emotions of our scene or of our play out to every member of the audience. In film, the director and the cinematographer are manipulating, and they are the eye, right? In an audience in theater, you can look wherever you'd like. We try to focus you, but in film, it's automatically focused. And so as an actor, you have to understand that a camera is right here. It's as close as the next person to you on stage, and so you have to dial back and become slightly more subtle. So acting techniques from a man like Stanislavski become very important, and we, instead of making a bigger gesture of someone's there, it's more of a very subtle gesture of someone's there.